Why consistency in your video content is so crucial. Look, everybody likes the idea of posting regularly to their social media content. They understand that that's important, but I've seen so many customers and clients of mine that have started out working and creating some of this content only to fail because they either take on more than they can chew or they get burned out from creating the content. In fact, that's what happened to Landmarks West, one of our clients that does high-end residential and commercial construction. However, only for a little while. We were successfully able to help them push forward and set up the system that allowed them to constantly create really good content. And they saw success because of it. Now, it's totally understandable. Those of you that own or are leaders in your business, your plates are full. You have plenty of things to do, whether that's managing your team, bringing in new sales, working with clients, putting out fires, all of those kinds of things. You're very busy that you don't really want to think about creating content or posting that content. However, showing Van and Jared's personalities and the way they work were so important to show their customers what it would be like to work with Landmarks West. Here's my point. Even though you're busy as a leader in your team, it is well worth taking a little bit of your time to create video content. Trying to outsource that or get other team members to do it for you, more often than not, will fail. Van Kelly from Landmarks West has a really great marketing mind. He understands what it takes to communicate with people, and he came up with this concept called Talking Trends. He wanted to show video content that showed the trends that were happening in the construction industry. He found that a lot of people had questions. They wanted to know whether Landmarks West knew what they were doing or could help them in deciding what they would want to do in their home or help them take their vision to fruition. And by creating this Talking Trend content, people could recognize and see that, hey, Van and Jared, they're problem solvers. They understand how to communicate with their customers. They also understand how to take a vision and bring it to fruition, to make it into the final home, the dream home that people have. Now, we were helping them film and edit and post this content, so they really didn't have to worry about that. However, the biggest challenge was carving out a little bit of time to work with them and film them so that we could then get this content and post regularly. For the first while, they filmed a month and then they didn't do anything for several months. And then they filmed for a month and they didn't do anything for several months. That kind of posting strategy just really doesn't work. Once we were able to solve some problems and really nail down a schedule, we were then creating regular content that was posting over time and we weren't having those gaps. So what were their results? Now, at first, their views, their shares, their reactions, they were minimal. And honestly, you shouldn't expect to go viral in your first couple of videos. If it did, it would spoil you too much. And often people that find that happens where they go viral in their first couple of videos, they're unable to replicate that. And this brings me to a common question that often people are asking. Well, how often should I post? My answer to that is post as often as you can be consistent because again, the consistency is the key. Now take a look at this image right here. This is of their Instagram account. For the first couple weeks, it was pretty minimal like I mentioned. But what happens and what happened to Landmarks West is as you are consistently posting, you start seeing those gains. Here you'll see within a couple of weeks, boom, the stats on their Instagram account jumped up. It jumped up by almost 700%. That's huge. That went from less than 100 people seeing their content to 3,600 people seeing it. Then as you post regularly, and as they posted for many weeks consistently, that's when we start seeing the compound effect. See these huge spikes? This is one of the reasons why Landmarks West has been successful. They've been able to move up their average home price from 7 figures to 8 figures. Again, Landmarks West also recognized that they would not have been successful if they would have had to do the filming themselves. Thank goodness they worked with us to help create quality video content and also to make their time more effective. They showed up, we filmed, we got through material really fast, and they were able to go on to their next objective. It also wouldn't have made sense if they would have had to sit down and spend 8 hours a day working and editing their video content, then going on to posting that. It's so much more effective to work with professionals to get the job done. If you're looking to move forward in a consistent way for your social media content, reach out to us at socialize.video. In fact, schedule a free scripting session with us today. We'll help come up with video concepts that will help you grow your business.